The arena was a colossal structure, suspended in orbit above the fractured remnants of Earth. Holographic banners flared across the observation decks, displaying the logos of Interstellar sponsors, each vying for attention as they broadcasted the most anticipated combat spectacle in the galaxy. Citizens from dozens of worlds crowded the transparent viewing platforms, their expressions a mix of anticipation and morbid curiosity. In the center of the arena, beneath the harsh glare of anti-grav lights, stood a U.S. Marine, Corporal Marcus Hale, his armor dented from previous matches, sweat glistening along the sharp lines of his jaw. Across from him, an alien warrior loomed, a creature of nightmare and awe, 6 feet of sinewy muscle, violet-scaled skin shimmering beneath the lights, and eyes that glowed with a predatory intensity that seemed to pierce through the very air. The announcer's voice, distorted through multiple layers of translation, boomed across the arena. Ladies, gentlemen, and sentients of all galaxies, witness the clash of species and willpower. The human marine versus the Zephyrian gladiator, Zaldar. The crowd erupted in a mix of cheers and alien growls. Hale gritted his teeth, trying to calm the thrumming anxiety in his chest. He had faced genetically engineered combatants before, but something about Zaldar felt different, more deliberate, more intelligent. The first seconds passed with conventional testing of strength and reflexes. Hale lunged, fists swinging, while Zaldar dodged with fluid motions, almost dancing. The marine strikes met air, or the creature's impossibly fast parries. Then, in a movement too swift to track, Zaldar's massive forearm connected with Hale's shoulder. The impact sent him skidding across the metallic floor, armor cracking under the force. The crowd gasped. Some aliens in the stands hissed, impressed by the sheer strength. Others murmured their approval. This was entertainment. Hale struggled to his feet, feeling a strange, chilling awareness creep through him. Zaldar's eyes fixed on him, unblinking, calculating. "You're strong," the alien's translator device emitted in Hale's mind, the words unnervingly calm, but fragile. The Marine's adrenaline surged. "I don't care who or what you are," he muttered, ignoring the trembling in his limbs. "I'm not going down that easy." Seconds later, the arena seemed to slow, the lights sharpening around the alien as he advanced. Hale readied himself, bracing for another strike. Then, impossibly, Zaldar's fist blurred across space and time, striking the Marine squarely in the chest. Hale's eyes widened in shock, but before he could respond, the alien's strength amplified in a terrifying crescendo. Another blow, aimed at the skull, landed with precision that no human could hope to counter. The sound was a wet, echoing crack that silenced the arena. A few spectators screamed, some cheering in disbelief, but the magnitude of the impact left the entire audience frozen. In less than 3 seconds, Hale's world had transformed from combat to horror. He hit the ground, consciousness flickering, a dim awareness of pain and disorientation filling his mind. Yet even as darkness clawed at him, he noted the alien's eyes, still watching, almost respectfully. There was no malice, just the cold acknowledgement of superior strength. The medics rushed in, though Hale's survival was in question. The arena's control systems initiated the standard protocols: medical stasis field, anti-trauma injections, and oxygen replenishment. But the event had already achieved what the organizers wanted: galactic attention. Recordings of the strike would circulate across systems faster than the speed of thought. Hours later, Hale awoke in a reinforced medical pod. The pain was immense, but he was alive. Against all expectations, his neural interface had resisted the worst of the trauma. Doctors and AI surgeons worked in tandem, using alien regenerative technology to stabilize him. It was a miracle of modern hybrid medicine. Even in recovery, his mind replayed the strike over and over. He could still feel the pressure of Zaldar's fist, the exact angle, the force that bent bones before any human reflex could respond. Yet, strangely, there was no hatred in his heart, only an intense curiosity. He needed to understand this alien. Days later, Hale was granted a private audience with Zaldar. The Zephyrian stood in the observation chamber, calm as ever, his violet scales gleaming under the soft ambient lighting. "You survived," Zaldar said, voice reverberating in the chamber. "Few humans would." Hale, still weak but resolute, nodded. "I need to know why. Why show such force? Why not end it?" The alien's gaze held something indefinable. "Because strength without understanding is meaningless. You fight with courage. You survive with resilience. That is rare among your species." In the following weeks, an unexpected bond formed. Hale learned that Zaldar was not a mindless warrior but a scout and protector of his homeworld, trained to assess combatants for potential alliance or threat. The arena's fight was a test, not of hatred, but of judgment. Hale, though human, had proven himself in ways even the alien hierarchy had underestimated. Their partnership, once considered impossible, began to reshape interstellar politics. Humans gained a cautious ally, and Hale's insights into Zaldar's species provided crucial knowledge for diplomacy and defense. Together, they trained, planned, and even fought in simulations that mimicked real combat situations. Hale adapted, not only physically but mentally, learning the patterns, instincts, and philosophies that guided the Zephyrians. The memory of the initial strike never faded. It was a constant reminder of limits and the potential to surpass them. Each day, as he recovered strength and skill, Hale's respect for the alien grew. He realized that true courage was not in the absence of fear, but in facing overwhelming force and surviving it, learning from it, and turning it into alliance rather than enmity. Months later, another arena event was scheduled, but this time, Hale and Zaldar entered side by side, demonstrating unity between human and alien. The crowd erupted in awe, witnessing what had once seemed impossible. The former Marine, once a victim of a devastating strike, now stood with the alien who had crushed his skull in mere seconds, not as enemy, but as comrade. It was a moment that would echo across galaxies. The day a Marine was shattered, yet reborn, and the alien warrior who struck him became a symbol of alliance, understanding, and respect beyond species. The arena, once a place of blood and spectacle, transformed into a testament to potential, courage, and the unexpected bonds that could rise from the most violent beginnings. Hale's journey, marked by pain, shock, and survival, proved that even in a universe dominated by power and brutality, empathy, intelligence, and resilience could forge a path towards something greater. And as he looked at Zaldar, side by side, he knew that the memory of that first strike, the strike that shattered his skull in 3 seconds, would forever remind him of the fragility and strength of life and the extraordinary connections that could emerge from the crucible of combat.